It just runs. It sat for like, God knows forever. I don't even know the gas is how old it is, but it just runs. Good old Toyotas. I'm eager. I want to get wrenching. So I got all 4 bolts removed, disconnected as much of the vacuum lines as I could, and hopefully we should have freedom. Looks like I missed a vacuum line. There we go. All right, let's get this guy out. So for now, what I actually need to start doing is just getting rid of a lot of this emission stuff that we don't really need anymore. So we'll start with the EGR, vacuum lines, we'll take thermostat housing and everything apart, and then we'll get to taking the intake manifold off. So it's a lot of work, I gotta get to it. The cool thing about working on a pickup is you can just chunk all the extra parts in the bed and we can deal with them later. Wow. All right. Now with all the stuff underneath out of the way, I can reach all the intake manifold bolts and I can go ahead and loosen them up. And the way I'm going to loosen them up is I'm going to start from the outside and then work my way to the middle. I don't just want to randomly take them off all willy-nilly, because what ends up happening is that you can deform the intake manifold. Even though we're not going to use this manifold again, it is still good to keep one in good shape for whatever reason. Let's get the old gasket out. Okay, so I went through the parts catalog, and in this kit, we're not doing the colon bypass in the back. I gotta make a block off for the EGR over here, and I went ahead and ordered a new hose for this. Get all those nice and clean. So here's our original. So right here is our original intake manifold that has the heating block on it. And this is to help atomize the air or the fuel when it's really cold outside and do some sorts of emission stuff, but we don't want this anymore. So I'm gonna go ahead and chunk this over here. The new one comes with, actually, hold on. We need to go ahead and put the heating plate onto the intake manifold. So I'm just gonna go ahead and assemble that right now, and then we can go ahead and put it on the truck. And we're good to go. Well, actually, it looks like we have a little bit of a clearance issue where this piece, this edge right here, this edge piece right here strikes onto the manifold, so I need to go ahead and grind this down. So I gotta transfer all the sensors from the old intake manifold onto the new one. I don't think I'll be transferring this guy. I don't think this guy needs to do anything. And I don't think we need this guy either. But I do need these two temperature sensors right here, and I need this temperature sensor right here. So we're gonna go ahead and take these out, get them cleaned up, and then we'll put them on the new manifold. And get ready to fire this thing up if you can. So let's see what happens. Set our carburetor on here. And let's just visually look at it, make sure everything's lined up properly. Looks good. Overall, I'm really happy in the positioning. So before we get the thermostat and everything figured out, I think we need to go ahead and move over and get the fuel pump back on there, and then get our fuel lines installed underneath. And then we're pretty much set with that, and then get our leakages set up, and we're pretty much almost done here at this point. So this bracket back here was the one that was giving me problems, and I finally got it kind of set in there just fine. Then put this guy on here. I had to change out this guy right here to a longer one so it reached the actual armature, and so after that it was pretty good. Now I got to block off the EGR, and then, well, not the EGR, well, the pipe going from the exhaust to the intake. Of course, this thing runs. This thing runs amazing. I'm so stoked. Of course, there was a little bit of hiccups. There was a vacuum ports that I did not block off, and we still have quite a bit of work to do. We need to go ahead and wire up the electronic choke to it, which is not that hard. It's just one wire, and it's off the ignition. We also need to run a vacuum line for the distributor, and then kind of just tie up some loose ends here and there. But the majority of it is done, and I'm just super happy. I got a new tripod, which was something I just needed, and has made filming a lot easier. And I really wanted to test it out on this truck right here. So we're gonna end this episode right here. I might make a second episode on it if you guys like it enough, on kind of deleting more of the wiring under the hood and getting it closer to driving. We still gotta get like brakes and stuff done on it, but this is just kind of like a test episode. Let me know if you guys like it. If you guys like it enough, I will definitely make more content on it. But as far as that, this is it for today. So thank you guys so much for watching. Y'all take care. I am out. Hey. Yeah, you're still here. That's fine. That's great. That means you watched an entire tandem off-road YouTube episode thingamabobber. If you want some more, there's more down in the channel down below. Check it out, and I'll see you guys on the next one. That's all I got.